In this video, we are going to see how to create records in Airtable from Microsoft Excel. So let's say you want that every time there is a new row added in your Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. So this row should also be added in your Airtable spreadsheet and should be added as a new record. Now, how can you do this? By integrating these two applications, and the same can be done using Pabbly Connect software. Here, your trigger application would be Microsoft Excel and your action application would be Airtable. So, how can you do this yourself and automate this entire process? To understand this, let me take you to my screen. So, to begin with this integration process, I'm going to click. So to begin here, the first thing that we have to do is we have to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we click on enter, it will take us to the landing page of this software. On the right hand side here, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, you can simply sign in. If you are a new user, then you will have to sign up for free. It will not take more than 2 minutes, and at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. Now, since I'm an existing user, I'm simply going to click on sign in. Once done, it will take me to the All Applications page. Since we are doing this integration using Pabbly Connect software, let's click on Access Now. And now we have reached the dashboard of this application. On the right hand side, you can see a tab Create Workflow. Let's click on this and a dialog box appears which is asking us to name this workflow. So here we want that every time there is a new row added as information in Excel sheet, the same information should be recorded in our Airtable base. For this, the name is MS Excel to Airtable integration. And now let's click on create. So once done, here you can see that we have reached another page which has got two very important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens. Action says do this. Basically, action here is the response of trigger. Now here my trigger application would be MS Excel. Let's click on this. And now the trigger event. This is the event that makes your workflow run. So here every time there is a new row added in your worksheet, then only this workflow will start to run. So let's click on this, and now I'm going to click on connect. So here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Microsoft Excel account. Let's click on add new connection and connect with Microsoft Excel. So here, since I have logged into multiple accounts, it is asking me to pick an account. Let's pick the account and finally provide it the access so that it can have the access to the information. Once we have clicked on yes, it will authorize this, and here we can see that the authorization has been successful. Now here it is asking me to select the name of the workbook and the worksheet. So I already have created this workbook. This is Airtable New Registrations. And here I have got these categories: first name, last name, email, contact number and department. I've also filled in some information here. Going back to Pabbly Connect, here I'm going to select the workbook which is Airtable New Registrations. And then the worksheet. Now since there is only one worksheet, it has automatically been captured by the system. Now let's click on save and send test request. Remember that it will only receive the last recently added data. And here you can see this is the first name. So this is the first name, last name, email address, mobile number and the department. Once we have received this, we wish this data to be shared on Airtable account. So next application here would be Airtable. Let's click on this. And now the action event would be to create a record. Let's click on this and click on connect. Again, Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Airtable account. I'm going to click on add new connection, and to set up this connection, we need a token. How will we get this token? First, we will have to log into our Airtable account, and then we'll have to go to this account section. This is the hyperlink. Let's click on this, and as we scroll down, this is my API key. Let's copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste it here. Let's click on save to set up this connection, and finally Airtable and Pabbly Connect, these two applications are connected. Here we require the base ID and the table name. So if I take you to my Airtable account, this is my Airtable account. Here, these are the workspaces, and I have got this base, which is new registrations. Let me show you this. So this is new registrations. The name of the sheet or the table here is data received. I have to map this information. Going back to Pabbly Connect, I'm looking for new registrations, and here it is. Now since there is only one table created within that new registration space, see, it has already been captured by the system. Now let's map the data. What does mapping mean? Mapping means that we already have this data in our previous steps. Now we are just capturing it or retrieving it. So first of all, the first name, this is the first name. Then we have the last name. Here 123 is the last name. Then the email address, and here we have the email address. Then the contact number, this is the contact number, and finally the department. So this is the department. Once done, let's click on Save and Send Test Request. Here you can see that we have received the response, which basically means now this information should have been created in my Airtable base. Let's quickly go back there. And here we can see that yes, we have received the response. The created time is also mentioned here. So I hope this is very much clear to you. Now, though this integration process is a success, we also have to check if this works in real time. So for this, I'm going to quickly go back to the Excel sheet, and here I'm going to fill in another data. So let's say it is new test, and the last name here is data. Then the email address is newtest@pabblytutes.com. Then we have the contact number, so I'm going to choose the same number. And then we have the department. And then the department, let's say it is marketing. And done. So once I'm done with filling this information, what should happen? I should receive the same information on my Airtable account. So going back to our Airtable account, I'm going to refresh this page once. And here you can see that though we have refreshed the page, we haven't received the data. So for this to understand, we are going to go back to Pabbly Connect, and here you can see that Microsoft Excel, this particular application, has a polling time of 8 hours, which means this trigger application will check for new data in every 8 hours. So we'll have to wait for 8 hours, and then we can check again, and then we'll receive the data. I am now going to wait for 8 hours, and then I'm going to come back and check if we have received the data. So here you can see finally that we have received this data as well, which means that this integration process is a success. Going back to Pabbly Connect, here we can see that this entire process was very easy to understand. It was just a two-step process. The trigger application was Microsoft Excel, and the event was new row in worksheet. The action application was Airtable, and the event was create record. If you have any doubt, then you can refer to the workflow which is given in the description box, and you can even clone the same workflow and begin to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any doubts or you have any suggestion, then you can always write to us. I hope this was helpful. To watch more such videos, you can always subscribe to our channel, which is there on YouTube. If you have any queries, you can write to us at forum.pabbly.com, and if you want to know our pricing plans, then you can visit us at this particular site. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe if you have liked this video.